Brosplay.
It's dark in this place.
Hey, welcome back. We've skipped the phone.
Yeah, we took the phone call.
Somebody answered it.
I couldn't hear who was on the other side of the line, though. My ears were just shot from that grenade. Well, actually, they were exploded.
What are these guys doing? Where do they come from?
I think they were just stragglers that had enough time, to find their way out of the woodwork.
It's like there's always that guy in a Tarantino film who's like late to the party.
Yeah, he's just like ready to get shot.
He walks in and he's just like, "Hey, what's going on?" Blood everywhere.
Quentin Tarantino loves putting people in whose job is to die. Can you imagine that? You pull out the scripts like, Quentin really wants you to play this role. You mean screaming guy?
Your agent would actually tell you. It was like guy who dies. Like it would actually be like in the. You'd probably know that if you were an extra, especially if you're an extra.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you show up on set and Quentin's like, "You're gonna die today."
And you're like, "Oh, okay. We're talking about the movie, right?"
I can imagine he would be so excited too. He'd be like, "This guy's gonna die."
There are people who like love horror movies so much that like one of their goals is to be like a person who dies in a horror film.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are people who like desperately want to be extras. There's a documentary they made about the making of the last season of Game of Thrones. And are you trying to use the vehicle to get up?
Oh!
Holy shit!
I guess not.
What? What's that? Was that an
backed
explosion?
over an explosive barrel.
Wow.
Because I think that's how you got to get up here. Like, I don't know how. Oh, there's boxes. Oh, well, that's easier.
You didn't blow those up.
I'm really glad that.
There's a documentary about the making of the last season of Game of Thrones, and there was one guy who had been an extra on there since I think season 2, and he had come back every year because like the parts that they shoot the extras are done in like a couple weeks, I think, at a time. So he was I believe a Stark. Yeah, he was a Stark for like several seasons. And also a huge fan of the show. So like for him it was like, I'm one of the like basically the good guys. I mean, they're not all good, but like if we're going to go ahead and label somebody the good guys, it's probably the Starks. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm one of those guys. Like, so I'm going to be mad in this scene because we're going to be fighting for our king." And he's like super excited about it. And he was actually like teary at the end of it, not being able to play Stark anymore.
Yeah, wow. That's got to be a crazy experience being an extra because you're so close to the process.
Very.
Yeah, I would do that. If somebody asked me if I wanted to be an extra in like a show like that, I'd for sure do that.
Probably can. I imagine there's extra things in Toronto all the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things. There's a whole list of things that I would totally do, but would not put in the effort to do them myself. You know, someone came up to me and they're like, "Hey, they're looking for extras. Like, you want to just apply to this thing?" Yeah, sure.
It's like when people say, "I would do anything to have a body like that, except all of the things required to do it."
Yeah.
And constantly.
What they mean is I'm willing to do any unsavory act that
yeah.
is required.
Yeah. I'd take a life to have washboard abs.
I so would not.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't take a life for any reason.
Yeah. It's just awful. Well, especially because if you didn't earn something the first time, what happens if you lose it? You're screwed. You're really going to kill someone again to get them back?
Like, what you mean, like, if it's like...
You know?
I love that you're applying, like, the real world logic. Like, what if...
Yeah, well, you get the devil gives you the washboard abs, and then he never said you were going to keep them forever, so you start eating pizza and beer again.
Well, it's kind of like, when we were kids, we had this, I guess our parents or grandparents bought, holy fuck.
That's a welcome wagon.
That fucking guy is on lookout. They bought us like it was like a tube that goes on water, but it has a trampoline in it. But there's no bar that holds the trampoline together, so it was like a horrible trampoline. Like it basically just did not shoot you in the air. But on the box, this kid's flying like 6 feet in the air.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so we were upset that like this doesn't do what it says. Imagine if that was how the devil worked. He gave you like a pamphlet on the thing he was giving you. It's like, get washboard abs today.
Have you seen Futurama where Fry takes the devil's hands?
Yes, and he like wishes that it was actually a bad decision on the devil's part.
Yeah, well the best thing is the devil's just like, "Well, how do you keep these from trying to touch you all the time?" Such a brilliant show.
I am so happy that they're making Disenchanted now. It's a fresh opportunity for really good creators to make some cool content. Because like you can't make the same content for too long before it gets stale. That's why Archer changed so much over the years. They didn't want to become Family Guy or The Simpsons, where it just is like, are they still making that?
Yeah, it's true. At a certain point, it all bleeds together. That's what you really don't want.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite areas. Just the way it has a whole bunch of elevation. It has like a lookout. It has like areas you can sneak through if you want to be quiet. Little holes in the wall.
Yeah, I like the variety
What
of
are you
it. I
doing?
really don't. Oh,
I thought he was just jerking his invisible gherkin.
I don't like the levels because they're hard. But for that same reason, I do like them because they're probably the most challenging level in the game.
I don't really like the levels because they're like design and stuff, but I also think that the design is kind of the best part of it.
Yeah, man. It's kind of like I don't like that it gets super, super cold in the winter in Canada, but I appreciate that makes us hardier people for it, right? And when the winter ends, you feel really, really good. So
It may actually be. I think that that temperature, general temperature, actually has an impact on people's behavior with each other. I think that in places that are hot and humid all the time, you generally find the most aggressive people in the world. And
That's an interesting point.
And
Yeah.
in colder, less humid environments, you end up finding people who are significantly more friendly to each other, potentially because they have to rely on others on a regular basis.
That would be my thought.
But I think that the heat and humidity just makes people irritable, which makes them more likely to snap. And then once someone snaps at you, you snap back, and then it just becomes this.
Which I think is also a perfectly reasonable thought. I think it definitely has more to do with the fact that if you lived in the city, back in the day, you were able to like support each other when the snows came.
Yes.
But if you live in LA, you don't have to care. Like you can just say, all these people are dumb. I'm gonna move 1,000,000 miles into the woods and just do my own thing. Sun falls every day. It rarely gets cold enough that you would freeze. Whereas you live in northern Michigan or you live in Winnipeg or something stupid like that, you die if you don't have people around you.
Well, you get snowed in,
And it's over, yeah. Have you seen how they build northern structures?
they're facing opposite.
Yeah, exactly. So the people on the west get snowed in and the people on the east come and dig them out.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Yeah. But
We're so pampered in the cities.
how cold does it? Like, why are Newfoundlanders so nice? What's caused that? Is it just because they're like in an isolated area?
Well, also smaller places with less people
Oh, yeah.
tend to be nicer. So I wonder if that's part of it. But also Newfies have some reputations for sure. Did I find those diamonds?
No, you gotta follow the blue.
What the hell? No, yeah, okay. I swear there was some diamonds around here before, but I think I just gotta blow this up.
This here?
Not this, but that. Oh yeah, it's the bridge.
Have you seen the bridge?
Have you seen the bridge?
Where's that confounded bridge? Oh, I guess that would be a pretty easy way to blow. Oh my!
Yeah, that worked. Success. Oh Jesus.
What does that mean? History increased. I think that's a little poorly worded.
I think it means that you have like if you go into here and look
No,
up
I know
your
what
buddies,
it means.
Yeah. See, I have 4 history with this guy.
That's what
and
I mean, like-
7 with her.
We have history together, which means reputation. But instead of saying reputation increased, it says history increased. You can't increase.
No, but look,
history.
my reputation increased too.
What? What does that even mean?
I guess I get reputation with the factions, and I get history with the actual people.
Oh, does it actually affect anything?
Not really. I think the more history you have with someone, they might be more likely to come and save you. But basically, what it seems to come down to is you have to find a buddy at a safe house and activate him, and then from that point forward, he can come save you.
Yeah, I don't know if you can turn that off, but I always play without it. I always load
Without the buddy assist?
my game. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually prefer not to get saved by my buddy, but the reason I did it earlier is because I just really didn't want to load. What is going on here? Am I going to have to walk this whole thing? This is something they maybe could have done a little better in this game, was had more vehicles near entrances and exits. But on the flip side, I generally tend to blow those up. So it's usually my fault that I have to run from place to place.
You know what I call this?
What?
Body break. Hi.
I don't get that.
I'm Joanne McLeod, and who was the other guy's name?
Oh my god, from Body Break?
Yeah.
What was that? It was a commercial.
It was a
right?
commercial, yeah. It was. I don't know if it was Ontario based or just Canada based, but it was this commercial that would play. It was like a minute or so, and it was always just something like, "In the winter, it can be harder to stay fit, so you're gonna want to start up skiing and maybe go for a light jog. Just make sure you don't slip on the ice."
Oh, so it was just like general like wellness PSAs.
Yeah, it was health and yeah, they're fucking hilarious.
Body Break. I remember that.
And it was
jingle.
like, the super '80s toms on the drums. It was like Body Break. It was every time.
I really wish the drums made that noise. Oh no, sorry. I am so sorry. I didn't mean it. Are you gonna be okay?
I too hold my oh my goodness.
You look rough, lady. Are you gonna be all right? Can I not heal you? Okay, I can heal her.
She just kept going.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You shot her in the head, and she held onto her stomach.
She kind of held on. Oh, I have to choose to do it. Okay.
Don't choose the trigger.
What?
Oh no, you chose
Wait,
not to.
What?
You chose not to.
Okay, yeah, but
So it's use H or the left mouse button. So heal. It's the heal button.
Yeah, but I'm trying, and that's what keeps doing that. Okay, I can use the trigger. Good.
Okay.
So I shot her in the head, and then I gave her adrenaline to the heart, and she's fine.
Whoa! That was awesome.
Okay, I'm really sorry. Again. Man, she messed these people up.
She just had a small giddy laugh. That's what it said.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I like this girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's really what I'm looking for in a woman. Is that, headshots? She just sort of like shrugs off and.
Well, and she just massacred all these people too.
Did she?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I didn't kill any of them, and they're all dead.
I don't know about collecting diamonds. It gets pretty frustrating after 2 or 3.
It's one of those things though. You need these diamonds. Like they really are.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like it would be nice if there was like a better way, less egregious. Nice.
Well, what it tends to be like, I found that one really fast, right? Like
Yeah.
I whipped. So you're supposed to get good at it because after a while you can guess.
There is also a noise that you and I aren't hearing. So.
Yes, I'm also finding it makes it pretty much impossible for me to do any sort of stealth. Because I have no idea what they can and cannot hear.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but we've had the volume off for us the whole time.
So has it been truly off? Okay.
Well, pretty much.
Like I can't hear anything, but I thought maybe like it's pointed at you. Maybe you were close enough to hear something.
I always thought that we needed to hear the sound, right? I mean, there are definitely things we're missing, but it's so hard to concentrate, especially when characters are talking, and I'm trying to talk, and there's like bing bang boom and ouchies, and it's just a lot.
True.
There's a lot going on.
It's true. There was some gags we did with noise, but not a lot.
Well, characters definitely make awkward noises and hilarious noises and shit, but
well, in Mercenaries, you remember the noise the PDA makes?
Oh,
it's like there's 2 little engines in there. Yeah, it sounded like when you turn your computer on and the fan like over aggressively tries to cool it down.
I think that's actually shaking dust off.
Oh, is that what that's?
Because I've had more than one power supply that does that.
Oh, okay. Well, that would at least make more sense. Jesus. Maybe I should have gotten a bigger vehicle.
I was going to say, you don't have a gun to get into.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Oh, my God.
Get him! Now get in the vehicle and grab a gun.
No, this is the smartest move. Okay, look. God damn it. None of them want to show you what's like when they get injured.
I don't know if it's an option, maybe on this difficulty.
I think we're on normal. The reason I keep doing that is it's not A to drive.
Oh.
Or X, I guess, because we're using a PlayStation controller.
I played a game recently where the get in and get out button of a vehicle was different, and that was just stupid.
That is a little stupid. It should be toggle, like, because you're
Yeah.
basically toggling being on the vehicle.
Yeah, it was like X to get in and Y to get out. I'm like, what?
That I actually find that Draken the Ancient Gate is a little confusing
The ancient
like that.
gates.
Because it's Y to go upwards and X to go downwards. But then also X to dismount.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it
Yeah.
was. It's one button to get on to get.
Well, there's no button to get on.
There's
right?
there's the descent button, and there's the descent dismount button, and then the ascent button.
Yeah, I don't like the descent and dismount are the same button. I find that weird. I don't know. I just do.
No, descent and dismount.
Yeah, sorry, did I say?
Otherwise, you'd never take off.
Did I say the opposite?
That would be a game-breaking glitch. Yes. Also, you have to, if you're going to bring up the Ancient Gates, the first time you say it, you have to say it with, like, Arok's deep voice. You're like, the Ancient Gates.
Oh, okay. I just realized I don't know why.
Draken.
I don't know why I bought that gun. I never use it.
The PKM?
Yeah. No, sorry. I don't know why I bought the G3. I never use it, man.
You said it was the best gun.
It is one of the best guns, but the PKM is way better.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that just shows you, even though I've played this a bunch of times, it's been a while. I'm on the right path now. My favorite weapons in the game I pretty much have after this next mission. So this is my favorite sniper, easily. This is, you get an upgrade for the LMG, but it's basically the same. And then we're gonna get the Thumper. Do you remember what that is?
I do remember the Thumper.
Yeah, the
I think
Thumper is
it's
killer,
right there,
man.
isn't it?
No, the Thumper is up on this wall.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm not going to take any of that stuff because I consider it cheating.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
My favorite setup is the silenced Makarov. I think I use the G30. Or no, maybe I use a sniper rifle.
The sniper rifle is very, very helpful for approaching bases.
Mm-hmm. I love the silent Makarov, man. Being able to quietly move through a game that doesn't allow you to spot enemies. I think spotting enemies is like the worst fucking thing in an open world game, man.
Silly.
Like, I love spotting them to actually spot them myself. And then I love it when you're able to get information about the character like Sniper Elite does. But I don't want them to be like easily seen forever. It's just so counter to everything that the game is trying to promote. Nice. Uh-oh.
Well, he made that easy.
This guy's on it. Well, he was on it, I guess. You lifted that man.
That was the whole mission, so he made that pretty easy.
Oh, you actually got that guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nicely done. Yeah, the sniper rifle is really nice. Although the problem is, if your PC isn't very good, weapons like that usually render the game twice.
Yeah, because of the scope.
Yeah, which is a bit rough.
But that's okay. I buy my weapons based off their proficiency, not off their graphical nature.
You got to deal with the reality of your system first, buddy. Bud.
You know what your system is like, bud? Do you know, bud?
Look at how much fire there is.
The whole world is on fire.
That's one of the coolest things about this game, and it was so cool back then, and it's still better than almost any game that does it now. This game has a legit fire spreading system. You can throw a Molotov one spot, and it will continue to move. It will go up trees. It will light like people on fire. You can create serious diversions in one way, and then go the other way while the enemy is trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
And it kills people pretty effectively, the fire.
And just nobody does that anymore, man. Nobody gives a shit about environmental stuff anymore. It's frustrating.
It's true. You've got a Molotov, but it creates a fire where it is, and that's about it.
Yeah. It's like... It's frustrating that game design hasn't improved as fast as it should have. Like, so many developers want to do what someone else has already done, but their own way, instead of trying something really interesting, because it's a gamble. You're spending a couple years on something, and it might not pan out. You might not make enough money to make another game.
Yeah, that's what's really tough about anything like that. Even movies, I think, have a bit of that problem.
Absolutely.
There's just so much investment that you really need to be certain And that's why the best things tend to be an artist who just says, I don't care like what people want. I'm just
Right.
gonna make this thing that I want to make.
Right.
Yeah. Problem is there's no profitability model in making the things you want to make.
Well, sometimes, but an interesting point that Nico from Corridor Digital had to say is that Star Wars began by trying something new. It's what audiences were so into. And the new ones are really formulaic, and they really don't try anything unusual. They don't stray from what is going to like guarantee to land with a large number of people. And that's kind of why they're like not really that inspired anymore.
Who is this, sir?
Who is what? What are we? What movie are we talking about, or
Yeah.
who said it?
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How do you feel about the new ones?
I like them, but I don't love them.
You also, like, we weren't around for the originals, so I feel like we
No.
don't have the same feeling that a lot of people who got used to those ones do.
I like a lot about the prequels. I make fun of them a lot because they have dumb shit, but I think they're great films on their own. They have a lot of really cool shit, man. The sounds, man. Oh, the sounds. The fucking Coruscant, the planet that is a city.
Yeah, that was wild.
The fucking chrome space cruiser ship that they have. God.
Yeah, there were some great aspects.
Jar Jar's
to the
rough,
movies.
but so is Yoda. That's what people like kind of ignored. It was like Jar Jar's dumb. It's like Yoda was a puppet, and he was pretty obviously a puppet. And he said dumb shit, and he banged on R2-D2 with a stick. Like he was not like a super.
He was way better in the prequels. Yoda?
I think he probably looked better. Well,
No, even the things he said, I felt like were like more on point. Personally.
yes, and it's because he was intentionally being silly, so that people don't know he was the greatest Jedi, pretty much of their time. Like, he was intentionally doing that, which was the plan with Jar Jar. He was supposed to be the greatest Sith Lord, posing as a buffoon.
And they just cocked that one off.
They cucked themselves on it, really.
Yeah, that's tough. Whenever you make one of those fateful decisions to just cut something that was part of your original plan, like you know that you're gonna lose as far as I'm concerned, because you're either going to not get what you wanted and waste a bunch of money, or people are gonna wish you had done what you originally wanted to do and you wasted money.
Yeah.
So like it just doesn't seem like a smart decision to me.
Life's too short to not do what you want, and you're gonna look back.
And you're still gonna make $1 bajillion off of it no matter what.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I think
It's Star Wars, man.
I think Marvel has a pretty interesting take on it because some of their films and their TV shows have been pretty edgy. Luke Cage had the N-word in it.
Really?
You pretty sure? I'm
know
pretty
that.
sure I remember being like, "What?" Like a Marvel film or a Marvel TV show? Like that's edgy stuff, man.
I did not know that. Second season, or I
First,
guess you
I'm
wouldn't
pretty
know.
sure.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
The first season was pretty good. It just wasn't as good as the other things that Marvel has on offer.
I think that the core of the problem with Luke Cage is that he's Superman. He's the boring elements of Superman without the exciting elements of Superman.
Yeah, I still also feel like the story could have been told in a more interesting way.
Absolutely. I think that the best example of
Please tell me that's them.
Storytelling is nicely done. Daredevil and Punisher are excellent examples because the Punisher is pretty brutal. Like it's definitely not intended for families. And Daredevil is kind of like somewhere in between. It's like kind of it's like a PG sort of situation.
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Yeah. PG like 16, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, there's still some brutal stuff in that.
Absolutely. It also deals with serious subject matter, such as substance abuse.
Substance abuse?
Substance abuse.
Substance abuse. That was awful.
Jessica Jones has some pretty harsh stuff too.
Oh god, especially the first season, man. Kilgrave? Holy, that was dark.
They do like walking into a room and a dude put his hand in a blender.
Oh god.
Speaking of David Tennant, you may enjoy Good Omens on Prime.
I've been seeing advertising for that.
So he plays Crowley, a demon.
Mr. Crowley.
And they pronounce it like Crowley.
Crowley.
Crowley. And him and another angel, who I cannot remember his name because it's one of those super long names, like Sikalikabis or something. And the two of them are like basically with humanity since Adam and Eve. Crowley actually gives a super powerful sword to Adam so that they survive leaving the Garden of Eden.
Really?
And so they stay with humans till now. And he is tasked with delivering the like Prince of Evil, basically, as a baby to the right parents so that he has influence when he grows up. And him and the angel decide that they're going to guide this child so that he is neither good nor evil. They're trying to strike a balance so that he decides what he wants out of humanity and doesn't decide to just bring the apocalypse because hell wants it.
Huh.
But they got the wrong kid. The kids got switched at birth and they were actually training the wrong child. So some random child we've never even heard of is suddenly gifted a hellhound out of nowhere. And that's just the first episode. I haven't actually seen anything past it, but it's a pretty cool show.
They're mentoring the wrong child.
Yeah.
That's pretty epic. And I love David Tennant, so...
He's got serpent eyes.
Really?
He's got like orange... like
vertical slit eyes.
Yeah, vertical slit eyes.
Whoa.
So he's always wearing shades so that people don't see that. It's great. What I like about it is that it's not like the devil and the angel are like best friends. In fact, they don't like see each other for a long time, I think. And they're not like the angel is still an angel and the demon is still a demon. They just don't want Earth to be destroyed. They just like humans.
Well, it makes sense that they're, in a way, humans are like their entertainment, right? Like,
yeah, well, they like being part of the world.
Exactly.
Like the angel is like,
fuck, dude.
you just wake up with him in your bed.
Yeah, bro. I was just sleeping.
It's cold out here. You're gonna need some.
But this is what I meant because now Buddy Rescue has been activated.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, now that I talked to what's his face.
All right. Well, next time we'll venture out into the desert and probably do some more shenanigans.
Ah.